By December, the strain of concealment had become heavier than the secret itself. Elena had never intended for it to stretch this far. At first, it felt harmless, a delay, a matter of timing. Daniel's family valued modesty, practicality, visible effort. Success, in their vocabulary, had a narrow definition: long hours, visible stress, predictable professions. Elena's business didn't fit neatly into any of those shapes. It had grown quietly, digitally, invisibly. No storefront, no office gossip, no impressive title that sounded respectable at dinner, so she simplified: I work online. I freelance? It's stable, technically true. Emotionally dishonest. Daniel never pressed. That, more than anything, made it easier to continue. At family gatherings, the imbalance revealed itself in small ways. His sister, Marissa, had a talent for conversational incision, questions dressed as curiosity, remarks framed as jokes. So, is your little online thing still, going? It must be nice not having a real boss. You're lucky. Daniel is so patient. No single comment justified discomfort. Together, they built something heavier. Elena learned the rhythm of endurance: smile, deflect, remain agreeable. Daniel rarely noticed. Or perhaps he noticed and classified it as harmless family noise. The dinner happened 3 weeks before Christmas. It was crowded, warm, noisy. Plates clinking, voices overlapping. Elena had been quiet most of the evening, fatigue settling behind her ribs. Marissa, buoyed by wine and an attentive audience, leaned forward with theatrical concern. I just think it's admirable, she said, loud enough to redirect the table. Daniel has such a generous heart. A pause. Smiles tightening. To take on someone who's still figuring things out. The air shifted, subtle, unmistakable. Elena felt the familiar heat of embarrassment rise, but something colder followed it this time. Marissa continued, emboldened. I mean, love is love, but let's be honest, not everyone contributes equally. A small laugh. A glance around the table. You can't build a future on vibes and Wi-Fi. Someone coughed. Someone looked away. Daniel remained still. Not agreeing. Not objecting. Still. That stillness landed harder than the words. Elena stood with no visible reaction. No dramatic gestures, no trembling outrage. She placed her napkin beside her plate. I should go. The room froze in polite confusion. Daniel blinked, startled, then hurried after her into the cold night air. Elena, wait. His voice carried panic, not understanding. Why would you just leave like that? She looked at him, exhaustion eclipsing anger. You didn't move. He hesitated. It was just Marissa being Marissa. That's exactly the problem. He reached for her hand. She stepped back. You're overreacting. The words settled between them like a verdict. She left. Sleep did not come easily that night. Not because of humiliation. She had grown familiar with that, but because something irreversible had clarified itself. Not Marissa's cruelty, Daniel's stillness. The Christmas party arrived the following evening. Daniel's parents hosted every year, a tradition wrapped in excessively rented hall, catered buffet, extended relatives, colleagues, neighbors. Social performance disguised as celebration. Elena had not planned to attend. Yet by late afternoon, she found herself dressing with mechanical precision. Not for confrontation. For closure, perhaps, or curiosity about what discomfort would feel like once stripped of pretense. When she entered the hall, conversations flickered with mild surprise. Daniel approached immediately, relief visible. I'm glad you came. She nodded. Marissa, radiant and animated, spotted her within minutes. Well, she announced brightly, glass in hand. The mysterious entrepreneur returns. Several heads turned. Elena remained still. Marissa smiled, that same surgical warmth. Tell us, Elena, how's the glamorous online empire? Lauder rippled. And more importantly, she added, tilting her head, does it finally pay actual money? The familiar tension spread through the room, anticipation mixed with discomfort. Elena opened her mouth, then stopped, not from fear, from timing. Across the hall, the venue manager entered, scanning the room with mild urgency. He approached Daniel's father directly, voice polite but firm. Excuse me, sir. I need to confirm something regarding the billing authorization. A murmur of confusion. The payment details we received were incomplete. Daniel's father frowned. That's impossible. We finalized everything weeks ago. The manager glanced at his tablet. The reservation is under Ms. Alina Markovic. Silence. A sharp, collective recalibration of attention. Daniel turned slowly. Marissa's smile faltered. The manager continued, professionally neutral. She covered the full event package, including catering adjustments and extended hours. Daniel's mother blinked. I don't understand. Elena's voice, when it came, was quiet. I didn't think it was necessary to complicate things earlier. No triumph. No bitterness. Just fact. I wanted Daniel to feel comfortable. The room shifted, not dramatically, but deeply. The kind of silence that carried recognition rather than shock. Marissa stared, words temporarily unavailable. Daniel looked as though the floor had tilted beneath him. You paid for this? Elena met his gaze. Wes, why wouldn't you tell me? A small pause. I tried telling you many things. The weight of prior conversations surfaced, uninvited and undeniable. No one laughed now. No one spoke. The manager excused himself. Music resumed faintly. Conversations attempted to reassemble but lacked coherence. Marissa approached, voice stripped of its usual sharpness. Elena, I didn't. And surprisingly it was. Not forgiveness, just absence of necessity. Daniel stepped closer, confusion bleeding into something more fragile. Elena, we need to talk. She studied his face, the genuine disorientation, the dawning awareness, the discomfort of misjudgment. Perhaps growth would follow. Perhaps not. I don't think conversation is the missing piece anymore. No anger, no spectacle. Only clarity. She left again, but this time the departure felt different, not like retreat, not like injury. More like alignment. Behind her, the party continued, though something fundamental had altered. Not reputations. Perceptions. And those rarely returned to their original shape.